We are
Spotify Premium.
Oh my, are you okay?
I broke my leg. What hurts me even more is the feeling of exclusion. See, there is no suitable restroom for me to use.
This is a common situation in the school. It highlights a larger problem we all face today. Today we are going to explore how to create an inclusive society with love and respect. This is our outline. First of all, we will talk about the definition of an inclusive society. Then, we will move on to the target group facing exclusion and possible solutions. Finally, we will share a vision of the future and make a conclusion. So, what is an inclusive society?
According to the World Summit for Social Development, every individual has rights, responsibility, and an active role to play. And also, this society has room for diversity and still foster engagement. But the reality is, many get less than they need.
When we advocate for an inclusive society, we recognize some target groups are left behind, and the social exclusion is a constant threat. They are unable to fully participate in economic, social, political, or cultural life. But everyone should get the support they need. That's why an inclusive society is important. In fact, poverty is the most visible forms of exclusion, and other forms include age, gender, migrant status, and disability. So, how can we possibly handle this complex issue?
We have to be dedicated to creating an inclusive society and ensure those who are at risk of social exclusion to gain opportunities and necessary resources to enjoy a dignified standard of living. Due to exclusion, the common target groups include the disabled, vulnerable families, migrant workers and their kids, people with various sexual orientations, or the senior citizens. In the following, we will talk about the workable strategies from two levels, micro and macro levels.
At the micro level, we should reinforce the concept of belonging and appreciation, since both are the core value in an inclusive society. As you can see in this chart, teenagers are not friendly to their classmates with special needs. Almost 20 to 30% of them think people with special needs can cause hassle, fear, and want to stay away from them. What worse, half of them don't want to work on the same project with this target group.
We believe this situation is also true to other target groups facing exclusion. An inclusive society starts from an inclusive education. To be more specific, we can use the life strategy.
What is that?
First, L means leading people to understand them and also give them the proper name. For instance, using a respectful name like 身心障碍者 rather than 残废, 脆弱家庭 instead of 单亲家庭. And I means creating an ideal environment without discrimination to make them have a sense of belonging.
F means fostering a positive attitude, appreciating who they are and what they are capable of regardless of difference. E means encouraging students to work with them, giving them visibility.
At the macro level, we need to ensure the facilities and related policies accommodate everyone. For starters, the accessible restroom shouldn't be a space for mops or buckets. They shouldn't lose the function becoming disabled. In fact, it also caters to the senior citizens' needs. They have the mobility problem.
Next, many vulnerable families and new immigrant students face economic barriers. Without access to the internet or a computer, can be burdened into poverty of opportunities. They will excluded without sufficient resources and full participation in the school and society. My school's initiative to rent Chromebook and provide free Wi-Fi is a significant step. And I think that government can increase more funding in this aspect.
Of course, we need to create a more accepting environment for LGBTQ. At school, we started to respect students' uniform choices, allowing them to choose their favorite color regardless of gender.
When we are familiar with LGBTQ at school, they won't be denied access into the restaurant. Even more and more all-gender restaurants are being set up.
Only when we are committed to monitoring the barriers to inclusivity, from stopping name calling through education at school to building necessary facilities and thoughtful policies, can we, Taiwan, progressively move toward SDG Goal 16 and inclusive societies.
Together, with love and respect, we can ensure that everyone has a place in our communities. Let's commit to being advocates for an
Inclusive society.
Thank you.